Good morning, teetotalers, and welcome to the 54th episode of QuaranTEAtime with Celeste. Of course, I'm your host, Celeste Barbier, and today is Friday, May 15th, 2020. But the first thing I have to do is I have to tell you I made a big blooper yesterday. I said it was Thursday, May 15th in the year 2020, so I read off all of the May 15th birthdays yesterday, and so I don't have any birthdays to do today. So we're going to focus only on national days. But first, of course, we've got to cover the tea. So today's tea here, this is called Ambiance Honey Lemon Ginseng Green Tea. For having such a bougie little name, it's not an organic or specialty tea. I think I got it on my way out of a Ross or something like that. You know, when they have all that tea and stuff sitting there so that when you're trying to check out and you have all this time in line, you start buying more stuff. I'm totally guilty of that. Anyway, so today's national days. First of all, it is National Peace Officers Memorial Day. So an average of 163 police officers are killed in the line of duty. And today we honor those that have fallen, just trying to protect or help people. Then the next national day is, this one's kind of a fun one. It's National Chocolate Chip Day. And so there's a little story behind chocolate chips. You realize somebody actually had to invent chocolate chips. And her name was Ruth Graves Wakefield of Massachusetts, and she invented them in 1937. So it wasn't even 100 years ago. Chocolate chips are not that old, and you would think. But so what happened is Ruth Graves Wakefield worked at the Toll House Inn, and she was going to make some cookies, and she decided to take her Nestle semi-sweet chocolate bar and cut it up into little itty bitty chunks and put them in her cookies. Well, let me tell you, can you imagine being the first person to eat a chocolate chip cookie? Like nobody had ever had chocolate chip cookies. Like this is the first time, and you're at the Toll House Inn and you're like, what is this? This is delicious. So that was exactly the reaction that people had. And Nestle got a hold of it. Nestle heard about it. So they contacted Ruth and said, we want your recipe and we want to put your recipe on the back of our chocolate bars. And so they started putting her recipe on chocolate bars, and they used to include a little knife so that you could cut up your own chocolate bars into little morsels, because nobody had a knife apparently. So it was very, very popular. It became extremely a big hit. And guess what Ruth got out of this? She got a lifetime supply of chocolate, but not a nickel from Nestle. They said, we'll take your chocolate recipe, and here's all the chocolate you could ever need. Well, I'm sure she was making cookies for everybody at the Toll House Inn. And actually, they eventually in 1941, they decided to make their own chocolate morsels, as the chocolate chips became known today, and they called them Toll House morsels. So you guys know the Toll House, that's because of where Ruth worked. So she got the honor of it all. And so yesterday I made my own chocolate chip cookies. Woo! But I am keto, low carb kind of girl. So these are made from not Toll House, but Lily's baking chocolate chips. They're sweetened with stevia. And they have like coconut flour and baking soda and gelatin and vanilla and eggs and I think it was butter and coconut oil or something like that. But anyway, they're very delicious. They're very chewy. They're very good. The gelatin makes them a little bit more chewy. And, ooh, I lost a chocolate chip. No. Anyway, so that's the history of chocolate chips. So 1937 is when the first chocolate chip cookies were ever consumed, just so you know. It is also National Nylon Stocking Day. Unfortunately, I couldn't wear my nylon stockings today because I've run out. And it is also National Endangered Species Day. A horrible thing to know that a lot of the endangered species that are critically endangered is because of humans. We need to just address some of those issues and address some of those animals. I wanted to show you guys here's the top 10 list of endangered species. But first of all, let me say, each year on the third Friday in May, National Endangered Species Day offers an opportunity for everyone to learn about the importance of protecting endangered species. The observance also encourages learning about wildlife habitats and actions necessary to protect them. And there's lots of ways you can participate. This year, a little bit less because a lot of the zoos, aquariums, parks, community centers, and other conservation efforts usually do something, but because we're in the middle of a pandemic and all that stuff, they're not doing as much. But there's a lot of online resources as well. But some of the suggestions as to how to help the wildlife: don't buy ivory. I think that's a good one to start with. Just baseline, don't buy ivory. And try to avoid unsustainable food products such as palm oil. You may not know that, but the harvesting of palm oil is really dangerous and is killing off the orangutans. And donate to a conservation or wildlife organization. Educate yourself on the endangered species and learn more about the Endangered Species Act. So the top 10 most endangered species are: at number 10, gorillas. At number 9, the Amur leopards. There's only 900 gorillas left in the wild. 900 mountain gorillas and 200 to 300 cross river gorillas. The Amur leopard has only 70 left in the world that exist today. That's so horrible. Number 8, sea turtles. 2 types of sea turtle are amongst the most endangered species in the world: the hawksbill turtle and the leatherback turtle. Anyway, so the turtles. Now I wanted to show you, my wife loves to paint animals, and one of the things that she does paint are sea turtles. So this is a sea turtle that she painted. Isn't that nice? If you guys are interested in any prints that she has, they're $30, and then she has paintings as well. So, and anyway, so then then orangutans. There are 6,600 Sumatran orangutans left at this time due to mass deforestation. The Sumatran elephant is another one. My wife painted a really cool elephant I wanted to show you guys too. Here's one of her elephants. Isn't that cool? She did this one a few years ago for a custom one. Someone wanted rainbow in the elephant, so she's got this rainbow elephant. Really cool. There are less than 2,000 left in the wild, and they are listed as critically endangered. The saola, this is a mystical creature. It's referred to as the Asian unicorn, and in Vietnam, hailed as one of the most spectacular zoological discoveries of the 20th century, yet has already been deemed as critically endangered. It looks kind of like a deer, a one-horned deer. So look up the saola, S-A-O-L-A. The vaquita, these are like the cutest little dolphins that you ever saw. They have a real round face. This isn't, my wife painted a dolphin. It's not quite a vaquita, but almost. If it was faced with a little more smushy, oh my gosh, it would be, they're just so cute. And there's so few of them left. There's less than 100 left of the vaquita dolphins, and they're so cute. And most of them live in the, I think all of them live in the Sea of Cortez over by Baja. Tigers are critically endangered as well. There's estimated about 1,000 left. Because people's fear, they kind of scared, they got so scared, they ended up killing a ton of them and using their pelts and all kinds of stuff as well. So fear and greed usually tend to be the reason, right? And then next we have rhinoceros. She did this adorable rhino. This is called Chubby Checker. Isn't he cute? And the pangolin, which is this really cute creature. You gotta look it up. Anyway, so those are those are the critically endangered species. It is also National Defense Transportation Day, National Pizza Party Day, woohoo! National Bike to Work Day, which some of us are already doing. That's good. And it's National NASCAR Day. Just a little tidbit of information. I went to high school with Mr. Casey Kane of NASCAR in Enumclaw High School. I guess he's some big shot NASCAR guy now, but I knew that name. You can't remember. It's like Casey Kane. Okay. And I was like, oh, I went to school with him. Sure enough, looked him up, Enumclaw High School. Anyway, so thank you guys so much. We've run a long time without even doing birthdays. We had a lot of national days to cover. And enjoy your rest of your day. I will see you on tomorrow, Saturday. Enjoy the rest of your Friday. You guys have a fantastic day.